Hello everyone, welcome to the NN Classroom. Today I'd like to share a biology multiple choice extracted from 2018 time zone 2. Question number 3, asking for which molecule regulates the fluidity of the cell membranes, which is a really standard question asking concept related to obviously our cell membrane, right? Students supposedly should be able to recognize or even know how to draw the structure of cell membrane. So that's why I'll just sketch it now for you first. First of all, we have what we call phospholipid bilayer, that you need to sketch the phospholipid molecule with a ball and 2 lines, right? And such a phospholipid bilayer covers the entire of the cell membrane as the most fundamental biomolecule, right? But instead, we were having also some of the intersection or some insertions, what we call some cholesterol. And the major feature of cholesterol is to actually, what it is asking for, regulate the fluidity of the cell membrane. Because if you can imagine, right, the phospholipid bilayer is actually having a pretty strong interaction between the molecules and molecules. So which means if the molecules are just held all together so regularly, the interaction between them can be so successful and so efficient so that the rigidity of the cell membrane which is really high. So that means we can maintain a term called fluidity or mosaic pattern. So that's why the presence of some random cholesterol insertion maintains a certain degree of fluidity by interrupting the regularity of the cell membrane and interrupting the regular interactions between the phospholipid and phospholipid. So that's why obviously we know the answer is going to be B. But of course, I would like to let you know also what is the remaining biomolecules for, right? The first one, phospholipid, as mentioned, the fundamental ingredient inside the phospholipid. Then how about glycoprotein or peripheral protein? First of all, glycoprotein are usually those proteins that integrated into the cell membrane. That major feature is actually having 2 components, right? One is a glyco, which means a sugar part. One is a protein. Normally, the protein one is the integrated or integral protein that inserted inside the membrane and having the sugar part exposing outside, like that, right? The major feature of this glycoprotein normally serve as a compound called antigen or part called antigen. Antigen is serving as like a biomarker for any cell type. It's just like the identity card of a cell. So that's why the sugar part is actually for normally cell recognition as an antigen. So this is a normal glycoprotein. So that's why function not for regulate the fluidity. And finally, peripheral protein. Normally, peripheral protein, as from its name, peripheral, right? So which means it's just surrounding, attached on the cell membrane surface, no matter exterior or interior. Normally, those peripheral protein normally acting as some enzymes. ENZ1MEs, right? Some membrane enzymes that catalyze certain reactions, just like, for example, some electron transport chains that requires enzymes to catalyze a certain series of chemical or biochemical reactions will need a lot of the peripheral proteins if the location of the reaction is close to the cell membrane. So that's why for D, we know that the major function for peripheral protein is normally serving as some membrane-bound enzymes. For C, for antigen. For A, which is the normal fundamental molecule that creates or constructs the cell membrane. So that's why obviously the one that interrupts the regularity and so provide fluidity of a cell membrane, which is going to be the job done by cholesterol. So answer for this one, B.